Every generation has that one fighter, the one who doesn't just win, they dominate.
Shot from Dubois, really hurt by that one. This could be the second, the finisher, it is!
They send shockwaves through the division. They silence crowds. They make fans lean forward because they hit different.
There you go!
Good right hand into the body, sends that left hand crashing through the guard.
Well, boxing has just found its next predator. She's 24, she's undefeated, and she hits with the kind of violence that makes people whisper the name Tyson. Her name, Caroline Dubois.
Lascano a little bit. She generally holds those shots quite high. The right hand comes through again here.
And if you haven't heard of her yet, buckle up, because you're about to meet the most dangerous woman in women's boxing today. Let's start at the roots. Caroline isn't just some overnight sensation. She comes from fighting blood. Her brother, Daniel Dubois, a heavyweight knockout artist who made waves on the British scene for his bone-crushing power. But while Daniel brought the thunder, Caroline brought something different. She brought surgical aggression, speed, precision, ring IQ, and that cold, emotionless focus you can't teach. Growing up in the Dubois household meant gloves before homework, sparring before selfies, and Caroline? She took to it like a shark to water. At just 11 years old, she was already knocking down boys in sparring. And by her teens, she was fighting under the name Colin Dubois, just to hide her gender and get fights against tougher male opposition. That tells you everything you need to know. She's been built for war from the start. Before she turned pro, Caroline was already one of the most feared amateurs in the world. Representing Team GB, she racked up a glittering amateur career. European Youth Champion, World Youth Champion, Youth Olympic gold medalist. By the time she made it to the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, the hype was very real. And even though she didn't medal, the experience showed just how comfortable she was on the big stage. She fought some of the best in the world. She boxed with discipline and poise. But most importantly, she realized she was ready for the next level. The amateur gloves came off, and the predator was released. Caroline Dubois turned pro in 2022, and her debut wasn't just a fight, it was a statement. She stepped into the ring against Vida Kite and turned the bout into a live-fire demo. Dubois was fluid, fast, and composed. Her combinations were crisp, her timing was elite, and her power? Let's just say, Vida felt every second of it. From that moment, the narrative shifted. This wasn't just a promising young fighter. This was a threat to the entire lightweight division. She was slick like Shakur, cold like Crawford, and when she let her hands go, you could hear echoes of Tyson. So why are fans calling her the female Tyson? It's more than just power. Like Mike Tyson in his prime, Caroline fights with controlled ferocity. She doesn't waste punches, brutal accuracy. Her shots land flush and heavy. Killer instinct. When she smells blood, it's over. Her head movement is tight. Her footwork, calculated. And just like Iron Mike, she doesn't bounce around wasting energy. She stalks. She hunts. Watch any of her recent fights, and you'll see it. That same low stance. That same bob and weave rhythm. And when she unleashes, it's not wild. It's designed to destroy. After her debut, Dubois went on a tear. She dismantled Happy Dowdy in 2 rounds, then blew through Martina Leshnevska with savage precision. Then came Faricha Mashari, a 20-plus fight veteran, and Caroline dropped her like she owed her money. These weren't scrappy wins. These were shutouts. These were don't blink or you'll miss it performances. Her combinations flowed like water. Jab, hook, uppercut, body shot, and her defense stayed razor sharp. Every fight she looked more dangerous, more refined. By the time she hit 7-0, fans weren't just watching. They were waiting for another body to drop. What makes Caroline truly special isn't just her power, it's her discipline. She doesn't overextend. She doesn't chase knockouts. She creates them. She wears down opponents, breaks their rhythm, forces mistakes, and then boom, she lands the shot that changes everything. There's an old saying in boxing, it's the punch you don't see that knocks you out. Caroline throws those punches every single fight. Caroline's mental toughness is just as terrifying as her fists. She talks like a veteran. She thinks like a sniper. And in the ring, she's ice cold. She doesn't smile. She doesn't dance. She doesn't showboat. She's there for one reason, to finish what she started. And let's be real, in the women's lightweight division, that kind of killer mindset is rare. She doesn't want to outpoint you. She wants to end you. Now sitting undefeated at 9-0, Caroline Dubois is knocking on the door of a title shot. The division is stacked with names like Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, Michaela Mayer, Alicia Baumgardner. But here's the scary part. None of them fight like Caroline. None of them have her blend of speed, power, and youth. Caroline isn't just looking for a belt. She's looking to take the whole kingdom. She wants to dominate. She wants to unify. And she wants to change the way people see women's boxing. A fighter who blends speed, power, and precision like few before her. She's been called the female Tyson. And now we're breaking down the fights that built her legend and what the future holds for Caroline Dubois. This was Caroline's fourth pro fight and her first real power showcase. Happy Dowdy wasn't just a journeyman. She was tough, durable, and had never been stopped inside 2 rounds. Caroline didn't care. From the opening bell, Dubois stalked forward like a panther. Her jab was a piston. Her footwork was calm but calculated. No wasted motion. Midway through round 1, she found her range. Boom, left to the body. Boom, right upstairs. The combinations started flowing. Sharp, tight, devastating. In round 2, it was all over. A brutal flurry to the head had Dowdy sagging on the ropes, and the ref jumped in. TKO. It wasn't just the finish. It was how easy Caroline made it look. She didn't brawl. She broke Dowdy down with sniper precision. Next came Sofia Rodriguez, a gritty come-forward fighter who had never been stopped before. On paper, this was supposed to test Caroline's patience. Instead, it tested Rodriguez's ribs. Dubois went to work early with body shots that sounded like shotgun blasts. Every round she chipped away, hooks to the liver, jabs to the solar plexus, looping shots to the obliques. Rodriguez tried to hang tough, but the pain was visible. Her hands dropped, her movement slowed, and Caroline smelled blood. In round 6, Rodriguez backed into the ropes. Dubois pounced, a left hook to the body, a right cross to the chin. Game over. She didn't just win, she sent a message. If you don't fold, I'll break you. Farish Mashori had over 20 fights, a granite chin, and came to win. But she quickly realized Caroline was built differently. Dubois used the first round to download data. Then came the onslaught. Snapping jabs, vicious left hooks, perfectly timed counters. Mashori tried to pressure, but every step forward meant eating leather. The difference in levels was embarrassing. By round 3, Mashori was surviving, not fighting, just covering up and praying. Dubois turned up the heat, and the ref stepped in. Another TKO, another scalp. Now here's where things got interesting. Magali Rodriguez was tough, experienced, and confident. This was supposed to be a step up, maybe even a trap fight. But instead of struggling, Caroline evolved. This was the most mature performance of her career. She boxed, she adjusted, she controlled distance with authority. Rodriguez had a high guard and smart pressure. Dubois picked it apart with uppercuts and body shots, showing levels of patience we hadn't seen before. She didn't rush, she operated. And when the final bell rang, Caroline hadn't just won, she dominated every round. This was the moment that got the world watching. Miranda Reyes was undefeated, young, hungry, fast hands. Many believed this was Caroline's make-or-break moment. They were half right, because she didn't break. She broke Reyes. From the jump, Dubois was dialed in. The feints were slick. The timing was perfect. Then came the shot, a single right hook to the chin. Reyes went stiff before she hit the canvas. Lights out, instant viral moment. Social media lit up. Fans screamed, "Tyson!" But Caroline didn't flinch. She just walked away, like a sniper who knew the job was done. Now at 9-0, Caroline Dubois is knocking on the door of world title contention. She's ranked high in multiple sanctioning bodies, and the names being whispered: Michaela Mayer, the technician; Alicia Baumgardner, the power puncher; Katie Taylor, the living legend; Amanda Serrano, the fan favorite with bricks for fists. And Caroline, she's younger, she's fresher, and she hits different. She's not just here for a belt, she's here to clear out the division and usher in a new era of women's boxing. Of course, there are still questions. How will she handle 10 rounds at world level? What happens when someone takes her best shot and fires back? Can she adjust mid-fight under real adversity? Valid concerns. But here's the thing, we haven't seen anyone force her to answer them yet. No one's made her uncomfortable. No one's walked her down. No one's made her panic. Until they do, all we can say is this: right now, Caroline Dubois looks unstoppable, so call her what you want. The next big thing, the future of women's boxing, or simply the female Tyson.